total. Should I chair or do you want to chair, Eva?
You probably know that better.
Okay, thanks. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Node.js Security Working Group meeting. We are recording this meeting and let's go through the agenda. Feel free to update the agenda on the Google Doc right now. I will go through the issues and I have actually 2 topics to add, but I've been naughty and I did not add them in time, so probably worth discussing them. The first item is actually nominate Thomas Gentium at for the working group, and this is actually already done. The PR has been merged a few months ago, and I have actually closed the nomination issue. So I think we can note that this is done and merged and removed from agenda. Welcome, Thomas.
Thanks.
The second issue is issue 662 regarding refocusing the ecosystem on OpenJS Foundation project. There is no activity on this issue since July 8th. Do you have any strong opinions? Does anyone have opinions on that, on what we should do? It's a shame that Marcin is not here today.
I think this issue was created before we decided to stop the new submissions for the HackerOne reports. So we probably need a more general discussion about, okay, now we don't get new reports. What would we like the working group to do, to focus on? And yes, focusing on OpenJS project is one idea.
Okay, yes, taking notes, that's a very good point. End of the UEG. Thomas, do you have any opinion on what we should do? Maybe Eva?
No, I'm pretty. I've already said the last time I'm not on that much on the subject, and because I just started and don't have much context on the problem. So some of the solutions seems okay to focus on OpenJS, etc. I think this is a good idea, but I don't have much to say right now.
I think we've always wanted to add some more requirements for the program we used to run. I think like a year ago, we considered increasing the amount of downloads per week a project would need to have to be eligible for us to try it. So this didn't work out, and I feel we're in a point where we close the new submissions, but providing the service and support we offered to the whole NPM ecosystem, focusing only on OpenJS, like I'm in for that, and I think it's valuable for the teams. The only thing is making sure that all the teams in the OpenJS Foundation, we have a communication channel with them so we can report the vulnerabilities to them.
Makes a lot of sense. And what I had in mind was even maybe going further than just vulnerabilities if we expand the scope, if we reduce the scope to the OpenJS Foundation and like partner with them, like review some PRs and advise on like Fastify is part of the foundation projects. They've got cookies related stuff, they got authentication related stuff that we can definitely advise on fixing issues. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a good direction. If we have the time, it's becoming a bit more involved apart from their vulnerability management.
Taking notes together. Awesome. Okay, so I think we should revive the discussion in the issue and see if we can find engagement and try to find a way maybe through a couple projects through the OpenJS Foundation. For instance, I know that Fastify is discussing having a bug bounty on their own now that the HackerOne program is closed, and maybe there's things we can help. Okay, awesome. Thanks a lot. Next issue, except if there is anything else to say on this one, would be issue 627 from Matt Austin. And he did not answer Liran last message. So I will ping him in the issue up to date. And if he wished to still join the working group, I would recommend we admit him. We admitted him. If he doesn't, let's not.
Sure.
Response by next month. Awesome. That's it for the official agenda. Do you have any other topics you want to cover? If we have a bit spare time, I can show you a security PR I've got on Node Core right now.
Yeah, feel free.
Let's go.
Let me find it back. So that's a PR that is in draft state because there is actually a bug. I need to dig in. Thomas, it's something you might already heard about because you helped me fix a bug in that already a few months ago. So right now, there is no way in auditing within a node process calls that are made through eval or the function constructor. And they are basically dangerous things because you can run any arbitrary code through them. And for instance, for the VM module, you can just monkey patch the methods and check the code that's executed. For eval and new function, it's not possible to monkey patch them because they have access to context, especially eval. The good thing is that in V8, there is actually a hook that is called modify code generation from string results that has been introduced for trusted type, where you have a sanitizer function in the browser that is able to actually give you a hook on everything that goes through code generation from string. And the goal of this PR is actually to emit a new event on the process object. So the event would be code generation from string with the source code. There have been a few back and forth on the PR on whether a process.emit is the right API because it allows intrinsically to have multiple callbacks on that, while some were advocating for a single callback per process API. So feel free to skim into the PR if you have opinions on that. It's PR 35157. What's weird right now is that depending if we make this assertion fail, for instance, we make foo -1 in this part of the test. If this assertion fail, the test will only fail if there is an IO back in the code. So you had a console log there instead of this line, and you have this assertion failing, the process will fail, the test will fail. But if you don't, well, it will tell you that the code works while it should fail. So there's a deeper V8 bug. I will probably resume working on that in March because I have a project to finish before that. But what's interesting for the working group is that there used to be no way in auditing what goes through eval. And mostly this is adding a new security hook into Node. Eventually, the alternative discussion would be there have been the audit channels that have been introduced by Stefan Belanger earlier last year. And maybe we should get rid of the event emitter and just generate an audit event channel for editing purpose. I'm not exactly sure on that one. And that's my presentation. Since we had time, it made sense. Presentation. Thanks a lot for your attention. I hope it was interesting. If you have any
Thank you.
question, feel free to dig into the PR or ask them here. Is there any Q&A or anything like that? I think the other action will be find another time for the meeting.
Yeah, probably the action items are the time and to revamp the discussion about what we do next with OpenJS.
Yeah. Eva, do you want to create the issue for finding another time and I will do the OpenJS one, or do you want the other way around? As
Sure.
you prefer? Okay.
I'll probably do a doodle too to make sure we capture what people prefer.
Yes, thanks a lot. That's a good call. And I will take the other action. Thomas, do you want to plan for the next meeting a presentation of NSecure?
Yeah, this can be cool. I wanted because I was thinking the first time if we do a presentation with most of the people of security working group, I could make a presentation of me and maybe just resume my project, etc. So yeah, it will be cool to present my work on NotSecure and maybe also GSX-Ray on static analysis. And yeah.
Can you open issues and mark them with the agenda, so they will be automatically in the agenda of the next meeting, and
Okay.
And it will also advertise to people that if they're interested in that, they should come to the meeting.
Okay.
Thanks so much. So we have actions for everyone. I will PR the minutes in the afternoon or tomorrow, depending on how my work goes. If someone does it before me, I won't be grumpy. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
See you later, team. Have a
See
great
you.
day.
Bye.
Bye.